Parishioners of various walks of life and diverse cultures have come to know St. Peter Parish as a place of worship, a home. This building, however, was not the original church. Over the years, many have come to St. Peter Parish seeking spirituality and making a connection with God and the church. As followers of Christ in the Eucharist, belonging to the Roman Catholic Church, and included in the Archdiocese of Chicago, St. Peter Parish reaches out and helps the community to understand the importance of fellowship and making God the cornerstone of their lives.
Well, welcome to St. Peter Parish Church. This is the second church that was dedicated to St. Peter Parish. The first church was on Victoria Street, and it was a little itty-bitty white church with a full front porch on the front of it. And it was powered, or heated, if you will, by 2 pot-belly stoves. The other interesting thing is there were 25 pews on each side in that itty-bitty little white church with a center aisle. And at that time, it was a mission church of St. Pat's in Rosecrans, not Wadsworth yet, Rosecrans. Father Frawley, who became pastor in 1929, he asked the parishioners if they wanted to build a new church. They laid the cornerstone. Bishop Shield came up. The cost of this church in 1929 was $250,000. So in August 10th of 1930, the new church and rectory was dedicated by Cardinal Mundelein. And they made plans for a school. They raised $50,000. So in 1948, now that took a little longer, they broke ground for the school. They laid the cornerstone in 49. The school opened on September 19th, 1949.
You know, I think the most important thing about St. Peter's is I think it's the ethnicity and the composite of the people in the parish. I think we have people who are all various stratas of our society here.
All the people that I've come across in the parish, they're just amazing. They're great people, and I do feel a very strong sense of community here.
What is special about this church is I am at home in this church, and the people of St. Peter's, their children, their families, almost surround you with support and love. And it's that love that has kept me here.
The people keep me here. The parish community. They are my faith family. You know, there's a connection with the people. And I look around and watch people, you know, sitting in the pews, and I think, golly, I know most of these people. Maybe not by name, but their children have been in religious ed, or we've crossed paths somewhere along the line.
My dad attended St. Peter's School from grades 1st grade through 8th grade. So when we moved here from Michigan, we decided to rejoin the parish that my dad grew up in.
My name is Dan Dujensky, and I've been a parishioner since 1959.
I've been a parishioner at St. Peter's for 15 years.
I've been a parishioner here since 1978.
Since 2002. My husband's family has been parishioners for over 30 years.
Establishing myself in the parish has definitely kept me involved in the church.
Well, I came to Antioch to accept a position as a funeral director. And of course, this was my church then. St. Peter was my church since then.
My husband grew up with this church. He was baptized here. He went to the school here. He was an altar server. So it was destiny that I was going to wind up being a parishioner here.
Well, I met my wife, and she was a member of this parish here. We decided when we were going to get married that we were going to live in Antioch, and she was happy as a parishioner here. So We've been here ever since '97.
I don't know that people really feel that they're connected to church anymore. I would like to see, I think that's a vision that I have. I think that people feel that they have a need, that they need to be connected to the parish, because I don't know that people today, and even in our society, are making God their priority or making God before anything else. I think sometimes we put God aside and make a lot of other things. So I think that's going to be the challenge of the people, to start realizing that God comes first in life, and also that this parish means an awful lot to them, and are able to develop that and have that happen. And they're responsible for that as much as I am.
And people are missing that. They're taking their kids to school, they're signing them up for all kinds of activities and sports and all this kind of stuff, and they're ignoring the spirituality and the growth of that in the children, and the child is incomplete.
Yes, it is. St. Peter is a great part of the community. Always been well received and well respected by non-Catholics alike, and they identify with you right away if you know that you're a member of St. Peter's. And particular, I guess myself, working as a funeral director with all the people, you know, they've always respected my position that I was a Catholic and belonged to St. Peter's, and yet serving all religious backgrounds, and I was always appreciative of that, and I still am to this day, although I'm semi-retired now.
With all the difficulties that we face in the world today, it's so important to have a parish where you feel a sense of community.
I think there's a number of things that St. Peter's could do, and one is to listen to the people. What are their needs, and how can we help them in those needs? Not necessarily physical needs, but spiritual needs. How can we help them in their own spiritual needs? And how can we make that happen for them? I think as priests here, I think we do a very good job of nurturing people through our homilies. I really think we do. And all things set aside, you know, there isn't a time when I don't feel that people do respond to what we have to say. And I think that's very important too.
Oh, absolutely. I think if they do not have a faith, the chances for despair and making bad choices is very great, because there's nothing to pull them from the abyss. There's nothing to pull them from the edge. One of the things that distresses me is teenage suicide, and not so teenage, even younger kids doing themselves in. You hear about parents and the big concerns about bullying, but a lot of that has to do with respect for other people. And respect for other people comes from a sense of self-respect, and part of that comes from faith. When you take all that away, and you take the spirituality away, then you lose your relationship. A relationship with God and the divine gives you demands relationship with other people, and a goodness and a care and concern for other people. And we need that.
Being of the generation where everything is going digital, I think it's a great thing. I think that we can use it to our advantage to spread the word and evangelize to others. I think that there needs to be common sense used, you know, and respect for others as far as privacy, but I think that it could be a really great opportunity to use some of these different avenues, such as, you know, websites and Facebook and Twitter. And again, I think that we could reach a larger audience by using these mediums to reach out to people and spread the gospel of God.
In some cases, I do think so. Maybe if they don't think that church is for them, and then they see a snippet on Facebook or just on the internet or pop up on a Yahoo video or something, that might influence them to come. But I think that it's more their friends telling them that they should come with them one weekend. Or I don't think maybe the media does so much of it. I think it might just be someone influencing you personally, face to face, to come with me, come to church with me, see what it's really like before you decide that church is not for you or something. Because for some people it may not be, but I know definitely for me coming here, it has influenced the way that I make decisions in life, and especially as I grow older, it makes my faith stronger.
I feel that as Christians, we need to step up and not be afraid of the faith that we hold so dear. I think that we are being questioned about our faith, and it is on the line, especially in political realms. I think we need to be better informed. And I think we need to take a stand on what we believe and not just be silent.
I am a big advocate of someone calls and they want to put their children in our religious ed program. Have you joined the parish? No. Have you been to our parish for Mass? No, not yet. I said, well, this is what I would suggest that you do. Come to St. Peter's for a Mass. See if it fits your family. See where you can get involved, and then we'll talk about religious ed. It has to be a good fit. If it's not a good fit, they're not going to make a commitment to come.
I think the best way is, the best invitation these days to church comes from the people, word of mouth. You get the word out. You work, you proclaim the word. It's very prophetic. I was thinking about this today. You say the word, well, the sermons and what you say and all that kind of stuff. But there's a concept of they call it the prophetic mission that every baptized person has. Everybody's baptized, priest, prophet, and king. And the prophetic message of the priesthood even is to proclaim God's word. It's proclaiming the presence of God and then proclaiming the presence of God in the community.
I taught school at St. Peter's for 14 years, and I taught kindergarten full day. I thought I wanted to teach like the 4th or 5th grade, and the position that was open was kindergarten, so I took it and I found out that that was the grade I was to be in, because you can be really creative, and the kids are so cute and they say the funniest things. And it's been one of my most memorable moments with this parish is being a teacher here at the school and getting to know the families, the students, and the other teachers.
I chose to send my children to St. Peter's School because my husband and I were trying very hard to raise our children with the morals and beliefs that we feel are important. And now with schools trying to take God out of most public schools, it's a huge thing that we send them to Catholic schools so they can learn about God and their faith and understand why we go to Mass every Sunday. And it's a great school. We love it.
I love my school. St. Peter is the best. And I love all the teachers, the computers, the art, the Spanish, every teacher.
St. Peter's School provides a caring, nurturing and safe environment to learn. The school programming and our religious education reinforce the same values and faith you teach your children at home through our faith formation activities. We continue to strive to meet the needs of our parishioners as well as our surrounding communities at large. We organize social events such as Social Sundays, a get-together after the Sunday morning masses several times a year to share pastries and coffee and get to know other parishioners. It's always a great time. There are special outdoor activities such as picnics and sporting events during the warm summer months. The music ministries offer an opportunity to those who would like to volunteer to become a part of such a wonderful way to worship God with the church through music and song.
You have to turn to God because it's larger than we are. And we are not equipped to answer everything.
And I think we all need to thank God and lift up our hearts and our minds to God. That's an important thing to do.
We invite you to come visit and worship with us in our community and in all our religious activities.
May the love of our people welcome you. May our music embrace you. And may the staff be a part of your faith. And may this community be a part of your faith, that you can grow and love God more and more each day.
We would like to welcome you to our family. We are very, very proud of our parish community. We have many, many things to offer, and we would love to talk to you more about how we can make your needs filled in your faith journey.
I love it. It feels like home to me.